Hello, good morning students. Today I am going to teach you the next very interesting story. The title of the story is The Open Window. This story is written by H.S. Munro. H.S. Munro is known as a popular writer who has pen name Saki. He writes romantic, thrilling stories, and The Open Window is one of them. I am Dr. S. R. Bhargav, Associate Professor, Department of English. I introduce H.S. Munro as the English fiction writer, playwright. He was born in 1870 and died in 1916. He is best known by his pen name Saki. The author of acidly satirical short stories, he examined the weakness of members of the British upper class in the years before World. Toward the end of his life, he also wrote novels and plays of wider scope. He writes satirical stories. Hector Munro, better known by the pen name Saki, also fluently as H.S. Munro, was a British writer whose witty, mischievous, and sometimes macabre stories satirize Edwardian society and culture. The inspiration of the pen name Saki is unknown. It may be based upon a character in a poem or a South American monkey. Why his pen name is Saki is still unknown. So, first of all, I tell about the story in which Open Window. Why the title of the story is Open Window? Open Window, khuli khidki. Why? Because it's has a tragic and pathetic background. How the old woman waits for three members of his family who died and didn't return, and she still waits for their coming. Frampton Nuttall is a single man in a new town. His sister has arranged for him to meet several of her acquaintances to prevent him from becoming lonely there. It's critical that main character Frampton Nuttall is a single man. His sister has arranged for him to meet several of her acquaintances to prevent him from becoming lonely there. On one such visit, Vera, the main character, female character, very naughty girl, the 15-year-old niece of Frampton's latest host, Mrs. Stapleton, invites him to sit and wait with her while her aunt reads. As he waits, Frampton anxiously thinks about an appropriate way to compliment the young girl while reserving the highest flattery for her aunt. However, before he can decide what to say, Vera breaks the silence and asks Frampton whether he knows many people in town. Vera asks the person how many people he is known to. He admits to being a newcomer who knows hard his soul and explains with a note of exhaustion that he is in the process of visiting all the contacts his sister made in the town for years ago when she worked at the rectory. And he tells her that he is still in the process to contact the people. When Vera asks how well he knows her aunt, he confesses that he doesn't know much about her besides her address and name. Ask is a very naughty girl. She asks him about the familiarity of his in the town. After answering, Frampton wonders to himself whether Mrs. Stapleton is married, and he notes signs of masculine habitation in the room. After determining that her aunt is a virtual stranger to Frampton, Vera decides to inform him of her aunt's great tragedy, which she states occurred 3 years ago, shortly after Frampton's sister left the town. Frampton cannot imagine tragedy striking such a calm country town, but nevertheless listens intently to Vera's story. Vera points out to a large open French-style window in the room. And now the suspense arises. How the window is open. She tells in French-style window in the room and remarks how odd it is to keep it open on such a warm October afternoon. Vera tells him the reason of opening the window in such a hot summer. Curious, Frampton asks whether the window relates to at all the tragedy. It does. Vera explains how 3 years ago her aunt's husband, two young brothers, exited through that window to go snipe shooting. She tells him that 3 members had gone for snipe shooting but didn't return. Still, that summer was especially rainy and all the 3 of the men drowned in a bog while on their aunt. Tragically, nobody recovered the bodies. Since that day, her aunt has kept the window open during the evening. Now, it was reported that all of 3 were killed in a bog and they have not come yet. Vera recounts, tragically nobody recovered the bodies. Since that day her aunt has kept the window open during the evening, ever hopeful that her husband and brothers will one day return. Hunting dog in tow and walk back in through the window. Hunting dog was with them. Vera recounts the memories her aunt shared of the hunting trio, Mr. Stapleton's white raincoat slung over his arm, the sound of her younger brother Ronnie teasing, singing to her, "Bertie, why do you bound?" This was a quotation, this was a line, how they play each other. He calls her, "Bertie, why do you jump or bound?" Vera finishes the tragic tale by confessing that on occasion she gets an eerie feeling that the man will actually appear at the window. Vera tries to play with fun with him that they suddenly came back. Just as Vera finishes her story, Mrs. Stapleton enters. She immediately apologizes for the open window and explains that she has left it open for her husband and brothers who should soon return from shooting. And her aunt now comes. She tells him more clearly about the process, about the story. She expects they, they all dirty her floors and their muddy shoes because they were killed in the bog. Paying very little attention to her guest, Mrs. Stapleton continues to talk about shooting, lamenting how few snipes there are this season and expressing hope that winter will bring a healthy supply of ducks. Frampton listens aghast at the grimness of the situation. As we know that Frampton is not a healthy person, he listens everything and he feels very terrified at the situation. He attempts to shift the conversation away from the hunting expedition, but Mrs. Stapleton cannot be redirected, frequently looking expectantly out the open window as she prattles on about hunting. How Stapleton told him the situation, the reason of opening the window. In a final desperate attempt to shift the conversation, Frampton explains the trouble he has been having with his nerves. And as we know that he was not a healthy person, he was ill. He told him that he was suffering from nervous system. Mrs. Stapleton suddenly Mrs. Stapleton cannot contain her yarn as Frampton details the different medical opinions regarding the proper diet for a man in need of nerve cure. Mrs. Stapleton also convinced him that he was suffering from that system, but he needs to be cured. Suddenly, Mrs. Stapleton jumps to attention and excitedly remarks that the hunting party has finally returned. The person, Mr. Frampton, was already in panic, but he felt very terrified when Mrs. Stapleton told him that really, actually, all the three died persons came back. Unbelievingly, Frampton looks to Vera, expecting to share with her look of pity at the depth Mrs. Stapleton's delusions. But Vera doesn't return his gaze. Instead, she looks out, horrified, onto the lawn. Frampton quickly turns towards the window and notices the silhouettes of three men, each armed, walking towards the house. One of them has a white coat dropped over his arm. Following just behind is the silhouette of a small hunting spaniel. Spaniel is a dog, hunting dog. The men enter the house and one of them signs out, "Bertie, why do you want?" The same repetitive quotation she was talking about, how they came back really. At that moment, Frampton grabs his belongings and bolts out of the house, narrowly escaping collision with the passing cyclist on the street. One of the men, presumably Mr. Stapleton, asks Mrs. Stapleton about Frampton's quick exit. As we know that Mr. Frampton was already afraid, so he wanted to get rid of the situation, as Vera and Mrs. Stapleton told him about the tragic story, and he left the place suddenly. She explains that the filling man is named Mr. Nuttall and wonders why he looked as though he had seen a ghost. She told them that he left the place feeling panic of the ghosts. Just then Vera interjects that it must have been the dog that frightened Frampton. She then tells a short, extravagant story detailing Frampton's supposed deep phobia of dogs, stemming from an awful accident in which a pack of dogs chased him through a South Asian cemetery and forced him to hide away all night in a freshly dug grave. Now, Mrs. Frampton, Mrs. Stapleton tells them the extravagant story, describing how Mr. Frampton was afraid of the dogs, and he also tells them that he left the place because he was chased by the hunting dogs and he had to spend the whole night in a dug grave place for many times. This is the story and how Vera tells not only Frampton but also the people that she told everything clearly about the situation and the person was suffering from nerves system and he wanted a rest, he wanted to have comfort, but unfortunately he had to leave the place because the situations were not suitable for him. Thanks students for your nice cooperation and having a nice romantic thrilling experience with me. Thanks.